Spookies. Today I'm making a quick tutorial on how to improve your 3D Animal Jam intros on VideoStar. So here is an example of what not to do when making a 3D intro. As you can see, the overlays aren't exactly the best. The animal has a border around it which isn't realistic. The animal is massive compared to the trees. And so all you've got to do is just get rid of it. Don't do that, please. I've seen some intros that actually look good with that type of style, but gotta be honest, this one's way better. So what you've got to do, you've got to change the normal still picture of the clouds into a video one. It just looks so much cleaner in the background. Even if you don't see the background as much inside the video, it just looks so much better. So as you can see, just adjusting it makes it look cooler. Adjust it to however you like, it doesn't really matter. And then select more realistic grass than the not so realistic one with the flowers. It's cute grass, I've used it for a long time, but I've seen that this one is way better. And as you can see, I'm adding a lot more depth to the intro instead of the others that aren't. They don't really have that much depth to them. This is to make it easier for the zooming in and adding extra transitions, making the 3D just look a lot more 3D. And as you can see, all I'm doing is just copying the grass at the moment to make it look good and readjusting it. Readjusting the grass will make each layer look ever so slightly different and making it look just so much more nicer, so much more visually pleasing, and it just looks cooler. You can find all these overlays just by searching up grass PNG on Google or finding an overlay video on YouTube with a link inside the description for a Google Drive that would have all of them in. I'll put my source to get these inside the description, so it'll be a lot easier for you to find. Next, I'm just adding some 3D sort of things. As you can see, I like this. I really like this 3D building that I figured out how to do. It was really easy actually, and honestly, it's so easy just to make these. I'm surprised no one else had figured it out yet. All I do is just add a bunch of stuff into the background just to make it less naturey, because nature intros are really overused and they can be really boring at sometimes. I'm guilty of making a bunch of them. But I am starting to add some more themes. As you can see in my intro, I have underwater theme, city theme, rooftop city theme and everything. Obviously, nature intros are really cool. However, they can get really boring with how many there are. And sometimes I really just want to turn down a commission just because they want nature. I'm sorry. And as you can see, now what I'll be doing is adding trees. This is just to make it more realistic, as there are trees everywhere in life. And if you really want to, you can add a really light turbulence to the tree just to make it look like it's waving inside of the wind. However, I didn't do this as this is just a short tutorial that I'm not actually going to be making into an intro, as I could do a much better job than this. This is just as a demonstration, and it's just to show you guys. So this isn't actually going to be turned into an intro, unfortunately. But you know, it's cool. So as you can see, right now I'm just adding some random nature, like bush sort of things, just inside the grass, just to make it look a little bit less plain. And it's just having grass and trees. It's kind of boring. I like having color in my intros, you know, it's cool. So as you can see, instead of making the character nice and big or with a border, I'm making it nice and small inside the back. Inside the grass, you could just barely see it through the grass at the moment, but this is so when you zoom in, it just makes it stand out so much more. And it's also a lot more realistic. Like, you don't really see animals just dancing in like a really tiny patch of grass compared to their body, and like literally the same size as a tree. So as you can see, now I'm using the null layer, and I put the null layer on layer 30 just in case I wanted to add some extra stuff, which I have done in multiple other intros. as no layer makes it easier for me to look around the entire thing without moving all of my layers around. I'm so glad that they switched master layers to no layer now, because it helps so much more. It works as an entire layer as well. And as you can see, instead of doing sharp movements, I'm making smooth movements on the 3D part, as it makes the intro so much more calmer, and it can be a lot more overwhelming with fast movements inside the nature part, as nature isn't normally as aggressive or fast. That's for the overlays. I mean, not the overlays, the transitions. I suppose it could be overlays as well. But as you can see, I just do the turning and all that. It just makes it look a lot nicer and smoother. Sometimes I'll make it match with the music, but I don't have to sometimes. It doesn't have to match with the music. That's the fun part. However, it can look pretty good if it does match with the music. However, that's more of a job for the transitions than the actual thing. So this is currently the results. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have learned something. So yeah, bye guys.